So this video is prompted by continuous questioning by some of my young friends who are asking me to take a definitive stand to give a exact number of how many seats will BJP get, how many seats will Aam Aadmi Party get and Congress Party get. So it's a very difficult guess. The election is very tight, but I think as people who claim to have some understanding of the city. I was born and brought up in Delhi. I think we must give our best estimate as to what is our expectation. So my expectation is that Aam Aadmi Party has a slight edge. So in a 70-member assembly election, I think they will win around 38 to 42 seats, and the rest of the seats will go to BJP. So you need to have 35 plus seats to win the assembly elections. But there is a caveat. If the voting percentage is high, if it is not just 62% as it was last year, and last year was a dip of 4%. Last year means last time the assembly elections were held. So I think if it is around 70%, then BJP is in with a chance. So let me tell you why this is a close election. First of all, the symptoms. Arvind Kejriwal looks very worried. This morning he came up with a video message on Twitter or X, wherein he said that he's urging the jhuggi jhopdi walas, the slum dwellers, not to accept $3,000 in exchange for offering offering to put a ink mark on their finger. And he's saying this would mean that they will be implicated in a false case and then they will be sent to jails. So this is a very desperate kind of a propaganda Arvind Kejriwal is trying to do. So I think Arvind Kejriwal is very rattled. Also, you see the campaign of in which he made a wild allegation against the government of Haryana that they are trying to poison the Yamuna water, and then he said what he meant by poison, but that the ammonia level is too high. But this means the guy is extremely frustrated. The third reason why it is a close election is that Arvind Kejriwal and his party, they have changed almost one third of the incumbent in the as candidates. So that means there was some anti-incumbency. There is some anti-incumbency, and mind you, the management of election in Aam Aadmi Party is as meticulous as it is in Bharatiya Janata Party. So these are three signals that this is a close election. Arvind Kejriwal is truly worried. But why will he scrape through? He pip BJP to the post? I have a few reasons. Number one is that BJP has not been able to pit a local leader against Kejriwal. In the minds of electorate, for example, in my own mind, Narendra Modi is a very big leader. He's a stalwart. So you can't pit Narendra Modi against Kejriwal. So you need a local leader, a guy born, brought up, when I say born, brought up, I mean who has been in this city, working in this city, doing hustle and bustle in the streets of Delhi. So there is nobody. Perhaps even an old warhorse like Dr. Harshvardhan would have done the trick this time around, because he is one of the most respected and one of the most trustworthy faces, a reputed face of Bharatiya Janata Party, or even a Vijay Goyal would have done. But BJP has not come out with a chief ministerial candidate. So I think they have faltered here. Point number two is that the gap in the a gap in the voting percentage of Aam Aadmi Party and BJP is very high. It's 15% in assembly elections. Let's forget about municipal elections and the general elections, because Delhi voters, they are very decisive. They know this contest is for assembly election, this contest is for the prime ministerial election, so they know about it. So they have consistently voted 15 to 18% more to Aam Aadmi Party than to BJP. So unless there is a wide or very very big anti-incumbency against the incumbent, to bridge the 15% gap is very tough. I think 15% is very huge a gap. But if had Congress done well, then Congress could have eaten into the votes of Aam Aadmi Party, because remember, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress voter is the same. Okay, this time around Muslims will vote for Congress, and if they don't vote decisively, if they don't vote strategically, and I don't believe Muslims vote strategically. I think they vote just like Hindus, not strategically. They vote upon their sense of who will defeat BJP. I think they feel that Arvind Kejriwal will defeat BJP, but Arvind Kejriwal has been silent on Shaheen Bagh protest and stuff like that. So they are this time with Congress. So perhaps Congress will eat into some Muslim votes, but that will not be enough to deter Kejriwal from winning at most seats. So that is why I said he will get 38 seats to 42 seats. I didn't say he'll get 50 seats or 45 seats. 38 to 42. 38 to 42 seats. Another point which goes in favor of Arvind Kejriwal is that once he resigned from the position of chief minister, once he was bailed out, he then resigned. So this has gone in his favor. So he has been able to set a narrative that he's not for the he's not a he, he's not craving for the position. Why he did not resign earlier, he says, is because he didn't want to do the bidding of BJP. He said, I will resign. I resigned when I think it was right for me to resign. So I didn't want to succumb to the pressure of BJP and resign. And I didn't want them to succeed in their mission of browbeating people to resign. So to that extent, he has succeeded. And then, somehow, why, I don't know, the Sheesh Mahal charge has not stuck really. It has not done so much of damage. So perhaps he also has a Teflon coating around him, Arvind Kejriwal. So if Modi has a titanium coating, I am quoting Shekhar Gupta, then Kejriwal too has some kind of a Teflon coating around him. So he is a brand to reckon with. Even today, he is a brand to reckon with. So I think this is my guess, and that Aam Aadmi Party may scrape through with around 38 seats, 38, 40 seats. But there is a last caveat. If there is a large turnout, if there is voting of, let us say, 70% or above, then BJP might win. 70%. Because this time, if middle class which earns less than 12 lakh 75,000, it's solidly behind Bharatiya Janata Party this time around. So if the percentage turnout is 72%, BJP things may reverse. BJP may get 38 seats. So BJP may form a government. But there is not going to be any landslide this time. There is not going to be a landslide. That is what I think for sure. That is what I think is for sure. So this is I'm sticking my neck out. Let's see what happens.